9.
Let's see now. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you will spin me or spotlight me or whatever, so you can see what's going on behind me. And I will switch off my camera so that you can actually see the whole slide rather than just my face. You already have experienced Leadership Speak for a little while, and you know I posted some statistics about Leadership Speak, about how we are doing this year. And that's not a coincidence. It's just the commitment and the vision statement that we have. And if you can see right at the top, it says the vision statement, which is the premier club for experienced Toastmasters to become better self-directed leaders. That is the vision statement that me and my co-founder, Brent Pattison, created for the club. So that an advanced club has to have a specialization, or at least we wanted to specialize in providing something to our members, to our guests. And so this is what we are providing, and this is our mandate. Everything that we do is aligned to this, becoming better self-directed leaders. And the other thing is our name itself, it says Leadership Speak. It means speak as the leader, be a leader, do as a leader, walk as a leader, talk as a leader. So that's the whole training is around leadership development and becoming better self-directed leaders, which has, of course, in itself a deeper meaning. And so most of our members tend to sort of miss that over and over again, that this is Leadership Speak. You know, why is the name Leadership Speak? So we will get into that and all that. But let me just give you a little bit of an overview of where we are at or where we have been. So we talked about the mandate. We were chartered on February the 17th last year, 2022. It took 1 week to charter from launch to charter was about a week. Of course, before the launch meeting, we had 2 demo meetings, which is our mastermind group. A few senior Toastmasters got together and we masterminded as to what do we really want in an advanced Leadership Speak club. And then we did a club launch and we chartered in a week. Since then, what happened is, if I can, oh, there we go. We attend President's Distinguished by June of 2022, which was within the 4 months of being chartered. And we attended 10 DCP points this year between July 1st and November 30th. We already had 10 DCP points. And of course, we are President's Distinguished currently. Now, there's a difference between being distinguished, having distinguished points, and being President's Distinguished and Club Success Plan, and what a Club Success really means. So Club Success really is, I look at engagement. How many members are engaged on an ongoing basis? It doesn't really matter whether your President's Distinguished or not. But members engaged is number one. And then, of course, are they doing their speeches, which is why this the main reason why Toastmasters exist, is you have to stand up and you have to speak. It doesn't really matter why you join the club, but you have to speak. And on a regular basis. That's what makes a Toastmasters club Toastmasters. It is all about communication and leadership. So communication is key in terms of doing speeches and presenting speeches. And leadership, where is leadership? Leadership occurs in between the meetings. Most of it occurs in between the meetings. If you come to a Toastmasters meeting and the Toastmaster of the day starts the meeting and then ends the meeting at the end, what's happening is everybody is playing a role, right? And when everybody's just playing a role, then where is leadership? Leadership is not in role playing. Leadership is very, very different. I mean, sure, you're learning something about leadership during like how the meeting is conducted, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Most of the leadership you will find happens in between the meetings, before the meeting and after the meeting. That's where you learn about leadership. Okay, and you'll find that out as we go along. So Club Success Plan is all about engagement and how many members were engaged through the year and did their speeches, and how many points did the club gain. So that is an important aspect. Besides the DCP, some say, oh, you already got 10 points. I don't need to do any more speeches, and I'll just sit down from November to next year, June. I'll do nothing. No. That's not club success. That is, you are just sitting on the benches, and so you don't need to be in the club. So you have to be engaged to be in the club. And while it says currently we are ranked at number 23, actually it's now number 19. It's changed since I did this last about 3 weeks ago. We are at number 19 currently. And the top advanced club globally out of almost 15,000 clubs. The club that I was here with before we started Leadership Speak was My Speak Toastmasters Club. I was a coach with that club in February of 2020. In March, the pandemic hit. There were only 2 active members. There were 8 on the books, of course, but 6 said we don't want anything to do with this club. Something had happened politically, and of course, everybody had left. And I joined as a club coach, and the pandemic hit. But by June, and I didn't become a member at the time. I had 23 members at June of 2020. And of June of 2021, we had 53 members, and we were for number 4 globally. The same principles that we learned how to conduct an online meeting, that was test ground, and that was a community club. We created this advanced club based on all the learnings and taking to a greater advanced stage. So that's why Leadership Speak exists, with the promise of the premier club for experienced Toastmasters to become better self-directed leaders. So that is the platform we are providing for you guys to come here and do what you can do better than at a community club. That's why we exist. Okay. So I already said what the name means. Leadership Speak means it's about being a leader in everything that you do. If you do a speech, even if you're doing an icebreaker speech, it won't be the same speech you're doing in a community club. There has to be something different. There has to be a different thought process that goes into your speech. It doesn't matter what speech you're doing. If it is motivational strategies you're doing or dynamic leadership you're doing, why did you choose the path motivational strategies? And is motivational strategy present in your icebreaker? In some manner. Is motivational strategy present in storytelling? When you go to level 3 and do your storytelling, is it present there? So you have to think deeper and really have a thought process. That's why I said, if you immerse only in Leadership Speak 1 year, at the end of the year, when you come out at their end, then you can join any club you want. You will find that you will have actually really developed yourself as a leader, and you will be far ahead of most Toastmasters globally, out of 270,000 Toastmasters. And I use everything that I know about coaching and leadership coaching and working in large organizations and how things really work and how we have to be with each other to be as leaders, to be seen as leaders. And hence, the name Leadership Speak is so important that you never forget, it's not a community club, it's a leadership club based on leadership development. So that's the platform we are providing. And it's all about leadership. You have to speak as a leader, do as a leader, and be congruent and aligned with that. See, for example, be on time. That's the basic foundation, right? You come to a meeting. When do you come to a meeting? Not 2 minutes after, but 3, 4, 5 minutes before the meeting. That's being on time. Follow. If you say, I'm going to speak on this day, you put it in your calendar and you follow through. You don't say, you wait until 3 days before, and then you panic and you can't think of a speech, and then you cancel. That's community club basis, right? Not in Leadership Speak. That's not what we expect as the leader. Urgent emergencies do occur, yes, then sure. So your integrity is at stake, not mine, right? Is that the key thing is integrity. I will never follow up as a VP of Education. Well, if you say I've done, all my speeches in another club, and now I want to put through my and approve my speech, I will. I am relying on your integrity. I'm not going to check on you, because I expect everyone here to be as leaders. And so some members were asking, that's the reason why I'm saying is, will you check on my speeches? Because here are my speeches I've done in this and this club. I said, no, I don't want to do that. You tell me you've done that, I'll take your word for it. That's the reason why I'm mentioning that. That integrity is key, and all leaders work with integrity, of course, which is our core value, right, in Toastmasters. So there you go. The last line that says model the way means, of course, walk the talk, talk the walk. So this is serious, really leadership business. It's not anything else but that. Okay, let's see what's going on. The key, now I said leadership happens in between the meetings. So the key is connect with other members. Connect means reach out to other members. If they've done a speech that you like, or even if they've done a speech and you're not the evaluators, reach out to them and say, hey, you did this speech. I liked this about this speech, and here's my feedback. By all means, because this is an advanced club. It's not like, they'll say, oh, why did you give me a feedback? No. Expectation is that we are a team. So teamwork is very, very important, and connection is the key. The only reason why I succeed like this, and you see this club grow so much, is because I connect with each and every member. I take my time to connect with everyone on a regular basis. It takes time. Yeah. I mean, it takes, my schedule is full, but I still go out of my way to connect one-on-one with most members if I can. And that is the only reason why I become successful in life, in Toastmasters and outside of Toastmasters. When I'm consulting in organizations, and there's 10, 15, 20, 30 people reporting to me, all right, I'll walk around the cubicles in the morning and say good morning and be friends with them. Of course, not checking on them, just be friends with them and have a friendly chat. And I'll just sit down and joke and, have a nice time. This connecting with human beings. That's so important with being with other people. Is connection is the key to success. You may have read Ken Blanchard's book, or may have heard of it, The 1 Minute Manager, The 1 Minute Leader. You have to spend 1 minute with each person on a regular basis, and you are a winner. You will go so far ahead in life. It's not funny at all. So whenever a new member joins, you might have seen some executive members reach out to you, right? They may have reached out to you, like Hannah, I'm sure, reached out to you, maybe Asif reached out to you, and so on, and other executive members, the incoming executive members may have reached out to you. And some other members may have, because we emphasize on connecting. So whenever a new member joins, reach out to them and say, welcome them, and introduce yourself. When you connect with people, then collaboration becomes very easy, because we emphasize collaboration. What do I mean by collaboration? Is if you're the Toastmaster of the day, or you were assigned the leadership speak slot, which is a 20-minute slot, you get a pathway speech that is 5 to 7 minutes, but you get 20 minutes to speak for that pathway speech rather than 5 to 7 minutes. And you will collaborate with the Toastmaster of the day around the theme and craft your speech around the theme. That's collaboration, right? And also you'll be put into, there's about 4 different groups. You'll be put in a group. It's called a mentoring group, and that's where you will collaborate as well. And when you connect and collaborate and you start creating outcomes together, you create a community. So you got to think of yourself as a team. You are a team member. You're not in a community club. We all, what's in it for me? I'm here to learn about speaking, and, the VP of Education can do what he wants. And when he asks me, I will speak, but I'll be here. But in a club that is an advanced club, and based on leadership, we are trying to create community here. You have to think of yourself as a team member. So there's like 44 other people on your team. They're part of your team. So team is emphasized. Connection, collaboration, creating of outcomes, and creating a community and team is where leadership really happens. Okay. So those are the key things. And so, changing from what's in it for me to what's in it for us in the group. The thing is, if you watched, if I may give this example, last year, if you watched the World Cup, Soccer World Cup, Argentina versus France, and Messi is the most valuable player ever, right? They say, a legend. Now, the reason why he became a legend is not because he was working for, what's in it for me in here? He was working as a team with Argentina. And wherever he went, if you read articles about him, he always worked as a team with his team members and had a learning mindset. What can I learn from you? How can I get better? And involving others. But that's where growth really occurs fast. When you only think of me and only concerned about me, the growth is very slow, very, very slow. So team, Messi became the legend because of team, and team became a legend because of Messi. So Argentina is a legend football, soccer team because of how they individually each other got to know each other, connected with each other, collaborated, created outstanding results. They were a strong community in a team, and they played together. During a game in soccer, guess what? On the field, On the field, when they're playing, they're all role playing. They all know their positions, and they're not telling, "Oh, pass me the ball," or do this. Nobody's talking, right? It all gets done because it's role playing. Off the field, when they're training and when they're connecting and collaborating, that's where their leadership comes through. And it's the same in Toastmasters, really. If you want to become a great speaker, if you want to become a great speaker, start collaborating with people outside of those 2 hours on Saturdays, and you'll become even a better leader. So that is my success. This is how we succeeded in my speak. This is how we are succeeding in leadership speak. This is the only formula that there is. There's no other secrets of success. Let me tell you. So this is it. This is the foundation of what every CEO needs to know about connecting with their teams, collaborating with managers, and collaborating in teams to create results in organizations. This is it. There's nothing else. All those trainings that take place and they go offsite and they play games and all that, they're trying to connect, but when they come to work, they're not really connecting. So connection is key. I'm part of this team. I want to be like Argentina. I'm Messi. That's where it works. Otherwise, it doesn't ever work. So it's collaborative group. I mean, you'll be put into a collaborative group. I'll invite you all to join a group called Extraordinariness Group, where you want to create extraordinary results. Up to you. I'll send you a link. It's a WhatsApp group. If you click on the link, you'll be put in the group. If you don't want to be in the group, it's up to you. Of course, in the end, it's all up to you. And that's a mentoring group where we talk about how to get to the next level. We meet every 2 weeks. We discuss your goals in Toastmasters. We discuss your goals outside of Toastmasters. And where would you like to be by the end of December 31st, 2023? We will discuss those things and we'll put into action a plan of what you want to do so that you are there. So as you get free coaching from me, where I charge a lot of money outside of Toastmasters. And the other coaches as well. And Asif is in that group and so on. And we can coach each other to go to the next level. It takes a group, right? It takes a village to raise a legendary leader. And this is where it happens. As I said, leadership is all outside of the meetings. So that's that for a few minutes. Let me just pause because I can go express and talk about all sorts of things, and just like it's going over your head, of course, because I'm speaking so fast. So there we go. I will carry on with the next slide after any questions from you. I hope I frightened you enough. Oh my God, where did I join? I thought it was just a club. This guy talking about big heavy duty training here. Yes, I am. That's why we wouldn't be leadership speak. Hi, Nina. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I'm just checking. You have these circles of extraordinariness. Have they already been meeting, or do we have to set them up and start?
Aren't you in the group? I thought you were in the group.
Yeah,
we meet every 2 weeks. We met last week and we're meeting next week. Aren't you in that group? I thought you were in that group.
Yeah, I am, but that's why I want to know what is the process like? Are there meetings every 2 weeks? Yeah, I don't
every 2 weeks.
Last meeting, so.
We were meeting initially every week, and now it's every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Except for the new person, I probably will meet with them if they want to be in that group once a week to just catch up on a couple of things, and then we'll meet they'll also meet concurrently with the way it's meeting. Any other questions? Are you going to transfer your membership to elsewhere?
Not right now. I think, it's at least now I know exactly how things are at your club. So it's a good thing. With the groups, what I like is, yes, you have those different groups where we can reach out. Yes, now I know that I'll also start probably working out on the time, how I'm going to be, not really juggling, but to be here and there. But yes, I will commit my time to giving the speeches here. I'll need probably a couple of weeks or a month's time to get things started because...
Of course. We don't expect that tomorrow everyone will be a leader, because
with my club here too. So.
Of course. Strategic planning is key. And so, of course, you will be strategizing. And if you need, Asif to work with you or me or both of us or in the group, we are available to help you strategize and do this, not only the strategic thinking, but the tactical thinking, because we don't learn that in school. In school, we run, everything is operational. You know, you're going to tick this box. I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, which is, of course, how we run our meetings. It's all operational. But in this club, we emphasize on the higher level management leadership thing, which is strategic and tactical, right? Both of those things that most clubs don't. And so if you become an executive of a community club, suddenly you're faced with, you know, creating a club success plan, and they're flabbergasted. What are we going to do? Who's going to do this role? The you know, DCP points. And they say, the president says, okay, I'll do 2 levels. With your membership, how many levels are you going to do? You know, right? That process, right? That's what they do. But here it's like, no, everyone is part of the team. You know, what's your strategic plan? What's your tactical plan? How can I help you put your plan together, you know, and let's go. And where do you want to reach by the end of 2023? Like, this serious leadership development, right? That's why you're here. Otherwise, why join this club, right? Or any other club which is advanced. So thanks for that question. Anybody else? I think Baron's connection was weak because he's traveling. He's in the middle of a foreign country for him. It's my home country. So he's dropped off. Hi, Amit.
Yes, Bram. So firstly, an observation. I think this orientation speech seems like a bit of a motivational speech. So just wanted to check if your pathway is motivational strategies and you're trying to shape your orientation in that. You know, like you said, our icebreaker also should depict that we have chosen a particular path. So this orientation, of course, is highly motivating. Yeah, but that was not the point. So my question, Braham, was that you mentioned about these mentorship groups. So do we choose the mentor and the mentorship group, or do these groups then interact amongst themselves? Are there multiple groups? How does it work?
Good question. There's 4 groups currently. So most of the people that we currently invite to is called the Extraordinariness group. Those people who are joining new. And there's no one-on-one mentor available because it's an advanced club. And why we don't have one-on-one mentoring or that program at all is because you are supposed to step outside your comfort zone and go find, if you really need a mentor and you're in that group, and if you find somebody who is better at doing something that you really want to learn, you reach out to them and say, can you, mentor me in a couple of these things that you know better than I do. So it's all left to you to step out of your comfort zone and connect with people. It's all about connection. Nobody will do it for you. Nobody will assign you something. You'll be doing your strategic plan and what you need, why you need what you need, and if you need, that. Who can I approach? Perhaps we might suggest a name, but we ask you to really watch what's going on and be present to this club and to be present to the members and to the group. And very quickly, you will find out, as soon as they open their mouth and speak, you'll know. At least I do anyways, because I watch for those things, or I'm trained to, I don't know, it's intuition. If you use your intuition, you know right away, where this person is coming from, how qualified they are and what they can do for me. And if you ask people to introduce themselves, but when you connect with them, that's why I emphasize connect, say, this is who I am, welcome to the club, and they'll introduce themselves when they do their first speech or they're doing out their role. You'll just, how they do their role, you'll find out very quickly, right, what they're capable of. Never be afraid of approaching anybody in this club. That's what I'm saying. It could be me, it could be Nina, it could be Tony Brashid, who's a past district governor in District 86, Nina from District 120, I believe, right? Or 82, God knows. You were in 82, I believe, Nina. So there's 6 past district directors in the club, 2 or 3 area directors, and I don't think there's a current division director. There used to be, but they didn't renew. So yeah, and if they are district directors or that may be your avenue of connecting with somebody, or it could be somebody just like Asif, who is a coach and he knows something that you can connect with. So what in a nutshell, we are not going to recommend, connect you with anybody. You have to do the work as a leader. You have to step out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it, Bram. Thank you.
All right. So the next thing then, if there's no question, I'll go to the next slide. This one is almost to the end. right? We already actually talked about this, so I'm not going to talk about what this statement means. It's all about strategic planning, being self-directed leaders. The key is the self-directed leaders, right? So it's just behind me. So maybe I'll just switch that off so you can see what I'm showing there. And, but this is the important thing. The most important thing is Easy Speak, right? And some of you may have been baffled by what Easy Speak is, because only 4% of Toastmasters globally know Easy Speak. And Easy Speak is a scheduling system. It has got nothing to do with Toastmasters International. It has got nothing to do with Zoom. It is a standalone platform for scheduling and teamwork. So, you probably got an email on Sunday or Saturday. You probably got another email today from EasySpeak, if you hadn't yet signed into EasySpeak. A reminder email came. And the email says, at the bottom, there's 2 lines. I will be at the meeting or I won't be at the meeting. And you have to click one of those. And you must let your other team members know whether you'll be on the field playing the following week or not. And you have to do that by Sunday. So for the Saturday's meeting, the Sunday before, you should have, because you're a leader, you have your calendar, you know where you will be the following Sunday. You ought to, you must. If you don't know a week ahead where you will be, then, you have to work on your time management, which is the foundation of any leadership growth. So EasySpeak is managing yourself, managing your time, managing yourself with thinking of yourself as a team member with the other members. There's 43 other people besides you. There's 44 in total, and we'll be adding some more. It's the heavy duty club. And, when Messi and Argentina were playing and on the field, they were not wondering whether this guy is going to be coming today to play or not. They knew he would be there, right? If he didn't come for 2 or 3 practices, they'd kick him out, right? And he will lose millions of dollars. So when they practiced or they were playing a match, everyone knew who was going to be playing on the field, and everyone knew who was going to sit in the bench waiting for the turn if there was an injury. They knew that beforehand because they practiced together. They had a schedule. They knew which day they will be practicing and which day they'll be, playing matches. There's a schedule for that. There were 2 types of practices they did, right, in a soccer team. One, they practiced by themselves. They went to the gym. They did their own practicing and running, and then they practiced with the team. So which is on Thursdays, we have a demo meeting. Come and practice your demo in the demo meeting, your role that you have. If you don't, even if you've been a grammarian and you're an experienced Toastmaster, you come to this club and you'll see it's a bit different. You may have never done a toast or raised a toast. What does it mean to raise a toast? Some of the clubs in the East don't do that, and some clubs do. So what does raising the toast mean? How does the timer show their background or the grammarian show their background? As an evaluator, what are you supposed to be doing? Because every club is different. And from time to time, what I find is that members from other clubs who first come here begin to suggest, oh, let's do this, no, we are not. We are not doing anything except what we do. Because it is, of course, human nature, right? What you're comfortable with in other clubs and you find something different here, you want to say, oh, let's do this. No, we are not changing anything for anybody. This is the way we set. It's not that, like we are set, like we are not going to change things. Of course, if things are meaningful, we do change things. But there are certain things that are aligned with the vision and with leadership development that you may not see initially. And as you get ingrained, you will see, oh yeah, this is why they're doing this this way. We have no emphasis placed on the grammarian role or the timer role. I mean, the way they emphasized in the community club. So there's not like big long speeches by the timer. No, I will do this for this person. I'll do this for this person. I'll time this. No. The timer, for example, when they announce the time, they say, I will show the lights according to the agenda, green, yellow, and red according to the agenda, period. 30 seconds is done. The emphasis is on speeches. Emphasis is on evaluations. The heavy duty evaluations, they're straightforward, they're direct, yet they're inspiring. Of course, they're not to bring you down. In a community club, they're a bit softer. Here, they're more direct, and so you have to get better at evaluation. So I'm so glad that 3 of you here today, you're all going to the district, right? I'm like ecstatic, like, yes, we will raise our evaluation levels because we are not that great at evaluations yet in the club, and we are constantly trying to raise the level of evaluations. So EasySpeak is a scheduling system. by Sunday, you should really mark yourself as present or you're not going to come. There's 3 buttons. One is yes, the other is no. Yes means I'm coming, no means I'm not coming. And then the third one is there's a question mark, which means tentative. You don't really know. Sure, sometimes once in a while you may not really know what's going on because your work may require you to be somewhere and your boss isn't quite sure if you are working on a Saturday. Otherwise, really, it should be yes or no most of the time because you need to be strategic in your planning. So that's Easy Speak. You have to be a team member and collaborate through Easy Speak. Then the other thing is, of course, Pathways. Everyone must be on Pathways and have to do their speeches. There was just last week, somebody said, I want to join your club, but I don't want to do any speeches. I said, no, you're not becoming a member. I don't need you. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm direct. So, and then of course, so there's Zoom. So this is our technology, right? This club is totally built on technology, leadership skills and technology. And when you put the two together, a high level of leadership and good knowledge of technology and skills in those two things will enable us to deliver service at an excellent level. And that's what you saw in this club, excellence. And everybody here knows, and Hannah knows especially because she's been with me 3 years, excellence is so key. My standards are extremely high. My benchmarks, I benchmarked myself to very high standards. I only say high standards because most people are still struggling to get there because they're bogged down in small little things that haven't really put a foundation to, like, can I be on time? Can I be doing this speech? When will I practice? They're bogged down in little details that they should have really sorted out. So you get the chance to sort out the little details, so then you can raise the bar on your excellence and how you come across, right? And make that as part of who you are. So the emphasis is on excellence. That doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. You will make mistakes, and then you correct and get to that level of excellence, which is key. And of course, our key driver, we don't use email at all, except for Easy Speak. Easy Speak sends you an email to confirm your meeting or not, in case you've forgotten. But a primary driver is WhatsApp as a communication tool. And so you've been put in a group in WhatsApp, as you know, to communicate with the members. There you'll see 43 other members, when you go into WhatsApp, put them in your contacts, all of them, right? And then connect with them one at a time. That is leadership. It takes time to build. And that's that. Connect is the key word, and I'm done. That is what I wanted to talk to you about today. Any more questions? There's silence. Oh my goodness. Did I shock you guys?
What's the saying? It was a very clear presentation, yeah, easy to understand. And I think it's important that you bring it up at the start, so we know exactly what to do. And luckily, I liked Easy Speak, like Nina was also discussing this afternoon. It was very nice. I got on it and did mark in. I'm looking forward to seeing how I can do it, and based on that, look forward to it. Thank you.
I don't expect anyone to know anything, but we are here to help you, guide you. There's in any club, if you ever found, globally out of 14,000 or 15,000 clubs that are out there, the education department, they may have a committee, and if they have a committee, there will probably be one member. We have 6 or 7 members in our committee, and they're all working, and we all meet, and we know specifically exactly what we are doing. So we are very serious about training and developing. It's really a training and developing company, if you look at it, except that's Toastmasters. Yeah.
That's encouraging. And what was nice also, immediately when I got in, all of them connected. So you feel like, you're not left alone, because it is confusing otherwise to start off, how, as you said, each club operates differently. And this, when you say it's a leadership speak, what is the differentiating factor between the other clubs? I think that I got it now, but right from Hannah to Fabiola, all of them connected. So which
Awesome.
felt you're not left alone, because I was a little concerned about that. Thank you very much.
Not
I'll
only
keep-
that, but all the new members yesterday or day before got a message from me. Hi, how are you? Hope all is well. Right? Just 2 lines. Hi,
Yeah.
hi Amit. Hope all is well. Period. And that's my constant thing, and you could learn and do the same thing with other members. Hi, hope all is well. And that line wins you everything that you need as a leader. That's just 2 lines. Secret to success. It's not in big mountains and big projects. It's those little small things. That's where success is.
Looking forward to learning.
Yeah,
Miriam, I have a couple of questions.
sure.
One was, I noticed that for this Saturday's meeting and for the next meeting, some roles have been assigned to me. So I was wondering, how is it done? Is it the VP who assigns roles to members, or the members on their own voluntarily ask for some?
So Easy Speak is open until July the 1st, and you can go in there and choose any role that you want, except for speakers, Toastmaster of the Day, and General Evaluator. All of the roles are available for you to pick if you wish. If the meeting is coming up, like 3 weeks out, and I start assigning roles if no one has picked up a role. So that's why you've been assigned a role by me. I'm the VP of Education as well as the president currently.
Right.
So you were assigned by me.
Okay.
When I see a brand new member coming in, and I know that, it'll take them a little bit of time to sort of settle in. So I assign you the easier roles to begin with, like, the timer or
Yes.
grammarian, so that, you get your feet wet while, you're wondering how to do an evaluation in an advanced club, or, you're watching other people to speak and all that, you want to feel a bit comfortable even then. So we give you the easier roles and then step you forward very quickly.
Sure.
And the Toastmaster of the Day, when you become the Toastmaster of the Day, sure, I will fill in the agenda initially for you. But after that, it's your game, and you will make sure that all your team members, everyone who's on the agenda, will come to the meeting, that you connect with the speakers, ask for the introductions, create a WhatsApp group, put them in a WhatsApp group, communicate with them. It's all yours. I don't do anything. It's yours. It's your team. You put the team together, you communicate with them, you collaborate with them, you set the theme in conjunction with the leadership speakers, education session speaker, and you collaborate with them. You will actually write 150-word content based on the theme that's posted on social media. So you'll learn all those things, the Toastmaster of the Day. It's your ball game, which is leadership
Yeah.
speaks around a community club, right? So everything is different, like totally different. So we take you step by step, to that level. And depending on how fast I see you learning or being engaged, if I see you're learning very fast, I'll put you as team mode like within a month. If I see that you are learning the few basics, everybody has their own speed, then I'll make you a team Toastmaster of the Day maybe in 2 months or 2.5 months or 3 months, depending on your speed. I just watch and I see and I feel where the person is, and then depending on that. Or the person can come up to me and say, "No, I want to be a Toastmaster of the Day." Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Come for the training, and we'll make you Toastmaster of the Day because you are running the whole team. So like that.
So the team mode would write the theme, and that would be posted on the social media. Okay. Because I am the one who usually doesn't write any speech or any script. So I usually do mostly, I have an idea and I just do impromptu. So I rarely do write. So that is one thing I'll have to work on.
So yeah, as a speech, it's up to you whether you want to write them or not. But the content, as the Toastmaster of the Day, you will have to write a content of minimum of 150 words. Well, around 150 words. We don't expect it to be too long. It is what you're really doing as a Toastmaster day is you're not sort of becoming an author and a writer and writing sophisticated leadership principles. You are doing it and putting them into the simplest form so that other Toastmasters who may not be in leadership development will read that and understand what you're trying to tell and convey them, because they may have never read a leadership book, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, I like what these guys are saying, and I better visit the club." It's really to attract guests into the club. That's what you are writing the content for. if you want to write more formal, more sophisticated content, then we can create a newsletter and post it on LinkedIn. We welcome that as well, besides the content as Toastmaster of the Day, if you wish to. So, but that will be taken on next year. This year, we are not doing that yet. That's the next higher level to provide members to do more sophisticated things when the new executive team comes in. But I'll ask our incoming president here, Asif, to address that. I don't know if that is on the plan, but I would have liked that. But it's really Asif's game next year. He's the president. Asif, over to you.
Thank you, Brahm, for that very elaborate and yet crisp. It is, in summary, what exactly we have been trying to achieve at Leadership Speak. Two things which I wanted to emphasize as just trying to let out, what things we are planning so that, you will get the gist of it, when I keep saying, business, because I always talk about that. So the core of Toastmaster is a speaker. And over here, when we are focused on the speaking role or the speaker role, the USP is educational speaker or the educational speech. Now, the educational speech is around 20 minutes. You pick any of your projects. Maybe it's like 5 to 7 minutes kind of a speech as per the project. Okay, but here you are allowed to speak on that topic for 20 minutes. But that is the topic is going to be aligned with the theme. So as of now, how it has been working is the Toastmaster of the Day selects the theme. Then we bought the Toastmaster of the Day and the educational speaker come together and they collaborated and they started they collaborate and they decide the theme of the meeting. The theme is not, just any random thing. It's basically a leadership challenge. So it makes them start thinking from the perspective, okay, what is the top leadership challenge? It could be creativity, it could be walking the talk, it could be anything like, research and development or negotiation, whichever topic you select theme, then everybody else goes aligned in that theme. So for example, the educational speaker speaks on the theme, the person who raises a toast, he or she speaks on the theme. The word of the day is also aligned to the theme. So every it looks like everything is more aligned rather than everybody talking to something else. And if we encourage speakers as well, okay, if they could speak to the theme, include that, it would be great. So that's the next level which we are. So up till now, what we have achieved is this. This is what we have achieved. And as Brahm was mentioning about, look, the TMOD, writes a small content. That's where even the challenge came. And TMOD is, because it's something very new, unique, that, okay, how can I write a very small message which can attract people, attract the Toastmasters and make it into 150 words. So when you come to actual delivery of it, you will understand it, like, okay, how challenging it could be and how good it is as an opportunity. So that's one way. Now coming back again to the educational speaker, so up till now, what is happening is, somebody selects the theme and then they go and make a presentation. The next level, what in the next year we are planning is, you will be declaring your theme right 2 months in advance, 2 or 3 months in advance. And you will be working alongside Brahm, myself, and other persons to establish that theme itself, because we want to help you to become a keynote speaker. We want to help you to become an expert subject matter authority on whatever you want to speak about. So it requires a lot of time to do some research work on the subject matter itself, So you would be talking with us, and say that, okay, this is the theme. We might give you some suggestions, but ultimately it's your baby. But you will get an expert advice or expert help from different. So we have establishing now center of excellence. Now, what do I mean by center of excellence means is that, look, to become an accomplished speaker, you require help in various areas. One is the content. One is establishing your brand image. One is establishing your delivery skills. So maybe it's your voice modulation or enunciation, or it could be any of those aspects. And also it requires to combine all this into a package so that it becomes, your USP. Okay. So this is the way you would be working going forward. It will be a phased approach. It's just not going to be a random approach and you just come and okay, you're going to give a random speech. And when you're put into this group of extraordinary circle, this is where Brahm leads the circle, and he will keep on challenging you as what is your goal, what is it you are working on, what are the gaps. And so that's where we get to understand more about your requirements as well. Correct. So it's up till now. So in the phase one, in the last 6 months, we have actually achieved in phase one. We set up processes. So each item is standardized. It doesn't come random way, okay, I'm the TMOD. This is the way I used to do in my club. No, not that way. Here, it's going to be a standard approach. So as Brahm has already explained you, the standard approach, you select the theme, you write a social media message for it. You also collect introductions about the speakers. Now, because you are establishing yourself as an MC role, now that's also a business role. When you talk about going outside in conferences and delivering this role, you got to be really good at understanding the speakers. So there you're not giving an introduction like how many of the mistakes which were being made by the TMODs were. They talk about, okay, from which club they come from and 20 years in 10 years or whatever those, which are irrelevant. Here, we are emphasizing that TMOD would be talking more about the speaker, the subject, why the subject is relevant, just in a brief 4 to 5 lines. So that's the art over there, to condense and concise everything. And rather than even giving out, what the speaker's contents are, but creating the curiosity and putting the speaker onto a level of being an expert. So that's the MC's role, or that's the TMOD's role. TMOD is not fantastic speaker as such, it doesn't come to give up long speeches. So the art would be to keep it crisp and conduct the whole meeting as smoothly as possible. Whatever hiccups arises during the meeting, you got to delete as quickly as possible. You got to be resourceful and be connected and on the spot, okay, what is it? Because it requires decision making. So a lot of decision making has to be done. For example, some speaker is taking too much time. Then that's where the TMOD has to step in and say, okay, sorry, your time is up, but in a courteous way, and being polite, and try to get other speakers the time, because that's time management is crucial for TMOD. So those are the things which I'm emphasizing now for the new members. This is what we are planning as in the coming year. And obviously Brahm has that expertise. I bring in that business thinking, because that's the way I've got trained. We are bringing that concepts to Toastmasters, which is normally not available. This is the only unique feature of Leadership Speak, where you will get a combination of different challenges which a speaker faces. Otherwise you'll have to go to different coaches all over the globe. But this is a voluntary, correct? So whatever benefit you get out of this voluntary efforts, that will reduce or make your, overall investment. I'm talking from the perspective that, your overall investment in making a public speaking career will get optimized. Otherwise you can end up, paying a huge amount of money to going to all big coaches around globally. So this is what we are trying to achieve at Leadership Speak in the coming years. Yeah, back to you, Jerome.
Well, thank you very much. Hannah Schmidt is the incoming Vice President of Membership. She's currently on the membership committee. And to her, Easy Speak is very, very important as being on the membership committee. And she'll explain to you why that is so from a membership perspective. Over to you, Hannah.
Hannah, you are muted.
Yes, no. I found the button. Thank you very much, Bram. Yes, Easy Speak. Oh, if I look at that weekly, or especially now that I'm a TMOD, please, I would request everybody to have a look at Easy Speak once a week, once a day, and see whether they've been assigned a role and either accepted. Some people just accept that they're present, but they don't look at the right-hand side to see whether they've been assigned a role. So they say yes, that they're coming, but I'm not quite sure whether they've accepted the role. So I reach out to everybody there that has not marked his attendance nor accepted the role. I reach out to them and I request them, please accept your role as soon as possible so that we can find a replacement for you, a timelessly replacement. Because if I ask Nina now, she might say no. And then I have to go to Yoti and, and it's a struggle backwards and forwards to find a replacement. So I request everybody, every member, please go into Easy Speak, look at it, see whether you've been assigned a role, mark your attendance, and accept your role. It is very important. And especially also put on your, if you accept the speech, please also put in your title, because the Toastmaster of the day has to give you an introduction and especially from which path you are and the title of your speech. As on the recent agenda, 2 or 3 haven't put up titles of the speech. So it's a struggle to reach out to these people and find out what is the title of your speech. Can you help me there, please? And it is a challenge, but it's a beautiful challenge. You get to know the people one-on-one because you have to connect with them one-on-one, either by Zoom or by WhatsApp, but it is the connection that counts. And that is a challenging job, and I just love it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I will pass on to the incoming secretary for the coming year and a brand new member still getting her feet wet, but I'm sure she is actually jumping into the pool all rather than just wait. So I'm glad you're here, Nina. All over to you. Anything to add?
I'm sorry, Brahma, what did you say? I have a very noisy fan here, so were you talking about me?
I'm glad you didn't hear because I was saying things about you.
Oh, slanderous things in German, English, or in Gujarati.
Swahili. Mimi nazungumza Swahili, so lakini hao watu wote hawajui mimi nasema nini.
हो आम्हाला दुसरी भाषा पण माहित आहे. तुम्ही एक भाषा बोलला तर आम्ही दुसरी भाषा बोलतो. Go ahead.
So no, I was saying that just passing it over to you for if you want to say anything. You're incoming secretary. You're brand new. Rather than just dipping your toe in the pool, you actually jumped right into the pool and totally engaged. So I love that. And so if you wanted to say anything.
No, absolutely. I mean, as I said, the whole point about this club is that you don't just attend meetings and very desultorily sign up for roles, or the VPE pushes you, and the average VPE is running around like a headless chicken trying to get people to fill up roles and saying, what happened? Why aren't you here? Here it's very much, you have to have a speech and you will do your levels and you will do it fast forward. And you will volunteer for other roles, and we all help each other, meet the different challenges. And I love this technology part of it because the technology is my biggest black hole. So I'm so happy to be here to have someone say, okay, this is how you do it. Don't worry. So thanks to Hannah and everybody else and Fabiola. everyone.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
So, oh, sorry, are you done, Nina?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
So,
may
you
I-
know,
may I-
Wait,
may I
Hannah
just-
wants-
May I just say a word?
Sure.
About the timer,
Mm.
First of all, Jyoti said, no, she cannot be the timer. Then through Nina, and then with Nina's help, now she is the timer for Saturday. Thank you very much for accepting that role.
So I think tomorrow during the practice session, we can work out how to do the exact rules. Yeah? Yeah, go ahead, Jyoti.
Looks like I probably might be able to take it up because I'm just discussing. It looks like there's going to be a hybrid for my club in Chennai. Remember, I was telling you
Oh,
I
wow,
might have to
yeah.
do it. So when is the one which you're planning? Is it tomorrow, Thursday, or
The
the
practice
demo
Saturday.
session.
meeting is Thursday.
pardon?
Asif, what time is the demo meeting?
When is it?
Asif is trying to unmute himself. Are you there, Asif?
Yeah,
When is the demo meeting?
8 o'clock, 8 o'clock GST. So
So 9:30 IST
today, whatever
Same
we have
time.
the same timings.
Same time.
tomorrow. Okay. All right.
8 o'clock is the best time because as we have discussed, like, for the Indians, I mean, it's become 9:30 for them. So it's become easier, like, 9:30 to 10:30, right? It would be that time for them. Today you joined at 9:30, right? India
Yes.
time? So, I mean, that's it. So 1.5 hours is more than enough to practice.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
Thursday demo is 9:30.
Okay. Thanks.
All right.
And
Thank
the other thing is, of course, as far as you've done level 3 in Pathways, you can join Leadership Speak, which means you don't need to know anything else for sure. But you need to have a learning mindset. So, if you have a learning mindset, you can learn anything very quickly. And of course, if you say, oh, I've always done it this way, so then, of course, your learning will take much longer. So you may not know technology, but there's certain technology that you need to know, like how to operate WhatsApp or get on Pathways, that we won't teach you for sure. If you don't have a WhatsApp account, for example, there's lots of people who want to join. If they don't have WhatsApp account, they can't join. So you need to know WhatsApp. You'll find that you'll be put in many different groups. You need to know how to manage the groups. If you're in a meeting group, that meeting group is never closed. It's up to you whether you want to exit and delete it from your device or not. It's entirely up to you. You are in charge. Nobody's going to do anything for you in that manner in technology, for sure. There's things that we will die and do for you. You just have to request what it is that you need in terms of mentoring, of course. So that sort of service is provided though. But like technology and stuff, there's certain things you need to know, and there's certain things that will also make sure that you learn. So like Easy Speak, it's only known by about 4% of Toastmasters globally. And sometimes it's not that easy for people to learn. Some people are they work in IT, so they take to it like duck to water. And then some of us don't work in IT, so it takes us a little bit of time to get used to Easy Speak. It's a bit of a difficult platform for those who are not in IT. But the Pathways, I mean, you've done level 3, so we are not going to teach you Pathways, of course.
Ask me, I've learned a lot.
Okay, that's it. I think we've done our meeting then. With that, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
if there are no questions, any last
Only
questions?
only one thing is like, okay, we don't teach Pathways, but there is a project manual is available, which lists down all the projects available in a particular path when you select, and we can keep sharing that PDF document. My only one suggestion would be first select your scope of work. What is that, things which you want to talk about. And then you can just keep on identifying, this is the project which I'll be talking about this material, So and get all kind of stories possible in your repository. That, okay, I'll just have to pull out that story and plug it into any of my speech. So essentially, you are working in a scope of work, you know, a kind of, let's say, I'll give my example. I talk about leadership, but I talk about leadership for mid-level managers. So that's the kind of scope which I have put, you know. So my research and all my work is based around that. And sometimes I have to deliver my speech based on my position as well. I mean, being a head of education committee or then the incoming president, I'll have to deliver some of the speeches on that as well. So that's where I will just, you know, digress from my main focus of what I want to talk about. Similar things, you know, it's difficult initially, but we'll try to catch up with those things in the extraordinary circle as well, where we'll help you to figure out that niche area so that you get that material good enough. And then that's why you can keep aligning it to your next project. So a lot of planning needs to be done beforehand, rather than it would become a random process. Fine. I mean, that's the.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. A lot of coaching is available, mentoring in many different areas. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I will